Hello, I'm Lisa Dronick, and I'm the director of Leggz Dance Academy. It is showtime, folks. It's time to get going for the recital. And today I'd like to go over what's going to take place when you get to the theater. Now, the recital is a very exciting time for the students and the parents, so we want to make sure that everything runs smoothly. You will be getting recital packets. In fact, you should have received them by now, and all of the information I'm showing you right now is also on the bulletin board at the theater. If you have any questions, please talk to either me, the receptionist, or one of the teachers at the studio. We can certainly all help you out with this, especially if it's your first year. Now, when you arrive at the theater the evening of the recital, students need to be there by 5 o'clock. You will take your children to that same handicap door that you went to for the rehearsal, and we will check your student in. Your child will get a wristband, and you will get a matching wristband. Now, on the bulletin board, you will find many sheets of paper that look like this. It will have the children's name, and they'll all be color-coded, and it also has where they're supposed to be for Act 1 and where they're supposed to be for Act 2. With these wristbands, you will receive a matching wristband of the same color with your child's name on it. Right now, when you get a chance at the studio, please check to make sure that we have color-coded your child's wristband properly and that we have them in the correct destination based on where their dance falls for the recital. And you should already have a copy of the recital order. We do make mistakes. We are only human. So we want to make sure we have the correct wristband color and the correct destination. Wristband color sheet is also on the bulletin board, and it explains what each color means so you know exactly what color your child should have. Okay, so now you have dropped your child off at the theater. It's time for you to go inside and just relax and enjoy the show. We will take care of everything now. We have plenty of volunteers backstage, and they know exactly what they're doing. They will escort your child to one of the dressing rooms on the sheet of paper, depending upon what's listed on their wristband. Parents are not permitted backstage, so please allow my volunteers to do their job and get your child where they're supposed to be. The child will come on stage, they'll do their dance, go back to the dressing room, and if they're only in one number, or if all the numbers are only in one of the acts, they will be sitting in the balcony for the second half of the show. The only difference would be with our 3 to 5-year-olds if you purchase the half-price ticket 2 weeks in advance. Then they will be released from the stage door, and you will get maps of this theater also on the day that you check in your child. So this way you know exactly where your child's going and where to pick them up at the end of the show. Please do not send anything with your child except what they need for the recital, which is basically their costumes. And if you saw the previous video on the baskets, if they have more than one dance, that is all they need to bring. I would suggest possibly bringing a little water bottle with a pop top. Make sure their name is on that also. We do not want to give large water bottles to young children because, after all, what goes in must come out. And we want to make this very simple for the children. They don't need any makeup backstage. Please don't give young children makeup. The little ones will have coloring books and crayons, probably some videos. They will be entertained backstage. You do not have to worry about that. If there is a problem, I know where everyone is seated in the theater. We will certainly come and get the parents if we need you. Now, some last-minute do's and don'ts for the children. We do not want the children wearing underwear under their costumes. It will stick out. Obviously, that does not apply for the boys in the recital, but for the girls, their recital costume is similar to a bathing suit. So they're just wearing their tights and their costume, and that's all they need. Do not wear jewelry. We will have them take the jewelry off. Now, that will be for picture day, for rehearsal, and for recital. That's no earrings, necklaces, rings, watches, bracelets, anything of that sort. It is very dangerous backstage, And also the children have to be uniformed. They all must look the same. So we do not want any jewelry. Please make sure they leave that at home. Last, as far as the way that they look, no nail polish. Again, for picture day 2, nothing is worse than when everybody's have their hands in a beautiful pose and one girl's got bright red or blue or purple nail polish. We don't want any nail polish on the stage either. We already discussed no food or drinks backstage. They can have a water bottle, but according to the theater, we are not allowed to bring food. Please have them eat their dinner before they come to the theater. Put their name on every piece of their costume, even if they don't have to change. It doesn't hurt to have their name on their shoes and tights and costume, headpiece, gloves, anything like that. They must have their name on it. No cell phones backstage. Now, of course, that shouldn't apply to the younger ones anyway, but the older ones should not have cell phones backstage. There is nobody that they need to call. They have no need for a cell phone. If there's a problem, we will find you. If we see children in the balcony, especially with the cell phones, we will take them away from them. We need to practice proper theater etiquette, and we've been teaching the children that. You don't use your cell phone in a theater. It is distracting for the people behind you, and if you're using a flash, it certainly is distracting for the students on stage and very dangerous. We don't want them to fall during one of their routines. So please, no cell phones in the theater. Also, applause when the students are applauding the other children when they're watching. We do just want to clap. We don't want to be yelling out students' names. So that is something else we've taught the children. Proper theater etiquette, and of course not standing in the middle of a number, because then the people behind you can't see it. One last thing, if your child has any kind of medical condition that we need to be aware of, we have a form at the front desk. Please fill that out prior to the recital. We don't want a child having any kind of problems backstage or any kind of reactions to something that we need to be aware of, or medications that they're supposed to take midway through the show. We need to know that well in advance. So come in and fill out any medical forms that you think that we should have as far as information for your child to make this a safe, fun, and enjoyable experience.